Hi, I'm Rose Peller, life change coach and divorce lawyer, and founder of the Beyond Divorce to Happiness program. Welcome. This series of video will focus on what women need to know to get through and beyond their divorce to find happiness. It is my intention that this series will serve to inform, support, and guide you as you journey through your divorce. First, allow me to share my story with you and why I'm doing this, so you can decide whether or not you should follow me. I have been divorced a long time ago, and back then I had no one in my family who had been divorced or even knew of anyone who had been divorced. Needless to say, I felt very alone. I felt embarrassed. I felt like a complete failure. And because I was Roman Catholic at the time, I felt like an outcast. Actually, more like a leper. I was the one who made the final decision to leave the marriage because I simply felt I had no choice. It doesn't matter how a marriage ends. All it signifies is that the marriage is no longer and your life is changed in so many ways. Back to my story. I became a single mom and struggled with maintaining a home, financially, balancing work, and parenting two young boys. It wasn't easy. And I'm sure for you, your separation and divorce is not easy either. As women, we have been led to believe that we're incomplete without a man. And when we haven't developed a healthy relationship with ourselves, we end up in relationships that do not serve us. Unfortunately, a couple of years after my separation, I ended up in one such relationship, and that too ended in a divorce. Just imagine what that second divorce did to my self-esteem. My self-esteem took a real deep dive. I knew I was a good person. I just couldn't understand how this was happening to me, and so I sought help. My road to recovery was a long journey, but finally I understood that my actions and my choices were what led me to where I was in my life. Now you may think that I went to mainstream psychiatrists and counselors. At first, actually, I did, when I was in the midst of struggling with a relationship. But I soon discovered that not all psychiatrists, psychologists, and counselors are equipped to give you the solution. And getting the wrong professional can bring you down even more, which is what happened to me. But this is a topic for another day. Instead, I immersed myself into personal development, audios, books, courses, seminars, etc. Ultimately, they led me to recognize my worth and to refuse to accept being treated or valued any less than I deserve to be. I'm getting a little ahead of my story, so let me take you back to before my second marriage came to an end. I realized that I had always put in everyone's needs above my own, and so I decided it was high time to make myself a priority. Your marriage breakup could be a signal for you to make yourself a priority now. I decided that I should be doing something to secure my future and to find a path where I could make a difference in the world. Consequently, I went to law school and became a lawyer to help others. I have been a divorce lawyer for almost 25 years. And although in my practice I've helped many through divorce, I have felt constricted by the legal system and frustrated that I was not able to help more individuals. More importantly, in my legal capacity, I was unable to help them with their healing process, save and accept for some kind words and perhaps a gentle recommendation for them to get help to deal with their recovery. Throughout my practice, I saw many clients who handled their divorce in various ways. Some started a new relationship before the ink was dry on their separation agreement. Some were so entrenched with their ex that they spent more money on court battles and their children paid the emotional price. Some felt guilty for being the one who left the marriage even though their reasons may have been valid. For instance, who can really help an addict if they don't acknowledge that they have a problem or they don't want help? And then there were others who gave up on their future, choosing instead to remain victims of their divorce. Reactions to divorce are as varied as there are people who are divorcing. One thing I was certain of, though, at least in my opinion, I saw too many women who did not recognize their value, who gave up control of their lives to others, and who did not dare to want more for themselves. Divorce has a way of attacking your self-esteem, making you doubt that you can ever be happy again, and to look for happiness outside of yourself, such as a man to take care of me. Ladies, your divorce is not the end of the world. The opposite is true. It is the beginning of a new life. I'm happy to report that as a result of my commitment and dedication to my own personal development, I can honestly say that I love my life, and this includes a happy, healthy marriage. It's not because third time is a charm. It's all because of the personal, intentional work that I've done on myself and the actions I have taken. My journey was a long one. Yours does not have to be. I have seen in divorce recovery workshops that when participants have good information, proper support, and sound guidance, their recovery journey is shortened. When they heal, they can turn their attention to their personal growth, which will have a profound impact not only on their own lives, but in the lives of their children and others with whom they interact. It was this realization which has led me to be dedicated to helping women learn how to take charge of their own lives, especially after divorce. I hope you're still watching and that my story has given you hope for your future. My plans for this video series are as follows. First of all, these videos are not intended to give you legal, financial, or medical advice. Please consult with the appropriate professionals. My plan is to post videos once or twice a week to inform you, support you, and guide you through and beyond your divorce. Of course, your comments below will help me to ensure that I address all the issues that are important to you. So please subscribe to my channel below and ring the bell so that you will receive notification and I can continue to make these videos to help you. Let me assure you, divorce is not the end of the world, although it may seem that way now. Divorce does not define who you are. You are not a failure. There is no need to be embarrassed. And for those who are religious, God does not hate you. On this point, I would like to share that when I was first going through a marriage breakup, I was terribly unhappy with my marriage. But one of the things that kept me in my marriage 9 years longer, yes, you heard that right, 9 years, was the fact that my religion did not allow divorce. I suffered debilitating migraines, my blood pressure went through the roof, and I was depressed, maybe even suicidal. Out of desperation, I picked up enough courage and went to a priest at the church I attended and told him about my dilemma. His words to me were, "Rose, do you think God is a forgiving God?" To which I said, "Yes." Then he said, "And do you think God is a loving God?" Again I answered, "Yes." Whereupon he said, "So, Rose, do you think God would want you to live this way?" Of course, I had to say no, and that lifted a huge weight off of my shoulders. The only other thing I had to deal with was how was I ever going to break the news to my mother? I was so scared to disappoint her, especially after I had gone ahead and married the person she did not think I should have chosen. She herself is stuck with an unsupportive and abusive husband because her culture did not support divorce and her belief in God mandated that it was her fate to accept. For her, divorce was not an option. For me, divorce was the only option. Circumstances left me no choice, and I broke the news to her. To my relief, she said, "Thank God." I guess she realized how difficult it was for me, and she did not want me to live the same life she had. So often we're so afraid of what others would say, and we live in fear of what ifs, or we let what others will think of us govern our lives. I have since learned that what others think of me is none of my business. You are given one life to live, and you owe it to yourself to take charge of it. Live your life being true to who you are and according to your own values. It has been my pleasure to share with you today, and my next video will cover practical steps to take when your marriage ends. Please don't forget to subscribe below, ring the bell, and comment. And please share this video with someone you know who might benefit from it. To your happiness, I am Rose Feller, life change coach and divorce lawyer. See you soon.